So today we're going to talk about how clutter can affect. It's not that hard to do because it does affect your work.
Oh, yeah. He used to tell me all the time, like, they can feel that you're nervous or that, like, they feed off of that. When I first started, I had a slew of just mean clients. But it's because they knew that they could get away with it because they could feel that I was new.
How to fix all of that, how to control your environment, how to make your client feel comfortable.
Because if you're scattered, if you're unorganized, that's when you can make mistakes. I was just so wanting more and more clients and making money and everything like that. But in the long run, it just messed me up.
It set you back.
Yep.
And you learn from it, right?
Oh, yeah. I haven't made that mistake again.
I would love to be the Gordon Ramsay of hair salon.
What are you? An idiot sandwich.
You're listening to Not Just Lashes. Here are your hosts, Shannique and Dixie.
Hello, welcome to Not Just Lashes, and I'm Shannique.
And I am Dixie.
And together we are Shanixie.
Yes. 1 + 1 = 2.
There you go. So today we're going to talk about how clutter can affect your workspace and your work and your mental clarity.
Yeah. And it sounds like one of those, like, yeah, of course, duh. Like,
right.
Clean space equals happy place. But, it's like.
But sometimes it's not that simple. So what I think we all have learned, or what we have seen together, in teaching, training, having, baby estheticians come in and they're not sure how to do things correctly or line things up. It makes such a difference.
Yeah. And even if it's not even just baby estheticians, like sometimes you get stuck in a routine or that's just the way you learned it, or you're just naturally like messy or klutzy. Because I'm naturally klutzy.
Same.
That's where my messiness comes from. Like, I'm not dirty, or like I'm not unaware, or I'm organized.
You just have butterfingers.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if it's because I'm doing facials and but there's no grips on these. Like, right? There is things just slide right on out.
Be careful with that tea, Dixie.
Well,
you don't want to spill the tea too much.
But Shannique, you'll spill the tea for us on how to be cleanly.
So during my teaching and training, I sit there and I watch, after, we go in detail of class, how to demonstrate how to set up your tray for eyelashes or lash lifts, or how to organize your trays so you could get to them better and faster. And just watching people, it's not that hard to do because it does affect your work.
Oh, yeah.
And therefore it affects your work. It affects your thinking. It affects okay, shoot, what step did I miss? Did I miss something? And then you're running back and forth to grab your products. It could be too much. And it also could create an environment where everybody feels your misorganized energy.
That energy. Yeah,
it's like a tornado.
Even if their eyes are closed, which I love, because sometimes when you're they don't. That. But if even if their eyes are closed, they can still feel that that
energy.
Yeah, even when it's you're a new lash artist and stuff. He used to tell me all the time, they can feel that you're nervous, or that they feed off of that. Because when I first started, I had a slew of just mean clients. But it's because they knew that they could get away with it because they could feel that I was new and
nervous. Yeah. So what can we do, to fix all this? And, and clutter, I know clutter for me, I just have a thing with clumps. And sometimes at home, the dishes are piled up, the laundry is in piles. I walk in my house after a long day of work, And before I open that door, I'm like chill and calm. And when I go, I'm like, my heart starts pounding, anxiety happens. Then I get, all these emotions start, and it's like your brain is like, wait, you got to do it all? But wait, I got to do that. I got to do this. I got to do that. And that feeling, it's not good.
No.
You got to start somewhere. You got to pick your battles, basically. So today we're just going to talk about how to fix all of that, how to control your environment, how to make your client feel comfortable and know that she is going to get an amazing service, and possibly you're not going to mess that up.
Yeah. Well, because if you're scattered, if you're unorganized and clutter, that's when you can make mistakes that you probably wouldn't have made before if you were organized and set up properly. And it's just, I was telling Shannique the story earlier about how when I was like starting to get really busy and saying yes and taking clients, but I didn't have like a good routine or awareness of that. And I was doing a lash lift, and because I was like on to the next. I move, go. So my mind was just on that kind of stuff. Like make sure I'm getting in people and like being timely about that. So
like, oh no, I'm going to be 5 minutes late if I don't act fast.
So I just like, set them up and like got the shield or rod, or everyone calls it something different, but put the little setting thing in. And then I realized as I'm timing it, I had done the setting, not the perm solution on the eyelashes. So then that actually even wasted time, because then I had to take it off.
Oh my gosh, and redo the whole thing.
Yeah. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. So that is part of it.
Yeah. And it was just me grabbing, like just being like, okay, like, and not double checking, not really thinking, just kind of like my focus was on the timing.
Yeah.
Because I knew I had another client that I had to be ready for at that point, because I was just so wanting more and more clients and making money and everything like that. But in the long run, it messed me up.
It set you back.
Yep.
Yeah. Life lessons.
Yeah.
And you learn from it, right?
Oh, yeah. I haven't made that mistake again.
Yeah.
I made other ones, but not that one.
Well, see, the thing is, like, when you have this increased stress, you're not going to properly prioritize things.
No.
You're not. And that's where, like we had happen in the past, the glue in someone's eye, someone dropped a tool on somebody's face, somebody accidentally, putting glue on their hair, just things like that. We have to be organized. We really do. So in that, it just makes it difficult to effectively, do our job.
Yeah.
So that also can create a lack of motivation.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. So,
oh, my lemon just fell.
Oh, poor lemon.
I want to go for a swim.
So the lack of motivation is coming from, why do I keep making mistakes? Or why is my boss mad at me? Or why is the client, she's like, I asked her, how's your service going? Or how did you like your, I don't know, your lash set, your lash lift? And if they respond, it's okay, it's all right, then that causes no motivation.
Yeah, or maybe you don't get return clients. Like, oh, why didn't they come back?
Then why come back? And then you come to work, like just totally bumming it.
Yeah, and that is kind of unmotivating.
Yeah, it's very unmotivating.
Yeah, because I've been in my head a couple times where I'm like, I suck. It's time to quit. Like, I know this isn't a job for me. Yeah.
And I think we do lose motivation when, especially renters, when you're in your room, you pay your rent, you do your job, you don't have kind of like what we have with the whole salon, teaching and rooting and sharing, like, okay, Shannique, this is how you do a lash lift properly. I know you forgot, because sometimes we just get stuck in our routine. That motivates us, right, to become better.
Yeah.
And that's just prioritizing and asking for help. But it affects so much of our brain and stress levels and our body and wellness that it kind of pours out into the work.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people don't think that. You feel it. And I just want to bring this up because guess what? We could change all that. You can change all of this if you want it.
Yeah. It takes a person. Yeah. That's
It
the
takes
whole
a
saying.
person.
What is it? You can take a horse to water, but you can't get them to drink it, you know? So,
Yes.
yeah. And
Yeah.
we've had those in the past. We've had them. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
just giving you all the tools and the recommendations and what we've seen throughout having girls come and from all different like baby estheticians to people who have been doing it for a while and just seeing all the differences. But it all does come down to the organization and the cleanliness. Like, yes, we have to be
And being
clean.
prepared.
Yeah.
Being prepared. Like if you know you have a lash lift coming in, set it up properly. You know, step 1, step 2, step 3. You know, do you have all your Q-tips? Do you have all your rods? Just taking the time and not coming into work like the minute that you have that, you're supposed to take the client.
Yeah.
Then if you don't come to work on time or ahead of time, that's when you start
Yeah.
and going all over the place.
Getting frazzled. And then it just builds upon itself. And then they're questioning it.
Yeah. I mean, I have a client who's very sensitive and she's very spiritual. And she's a yoga instructor. And she could pick up anyone's energy. And she will let me know. She's like, oh, God. Oh, I feel something. Something's going on there. And I was like, yeah, you feel it too. You know, clients are not stupid. They pick up just.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just because their eyes are closed does not mean.
They could feel your hand shaking. They could feel, they could just feel your energy.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
So, you know, in the past, what did you do? What has changed since the beginning of being a lash artist to now? Like, what have you changed?
I was
Or
always.
what have you seen? All of it. Yeah.
I was always one that would come in early because I always felt weird when I would come in and my client's sitting there already.
Totally.
I don't find it weird anymore if it's like they're like 15 minutes early.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's on you. I'm just kidding. Your appointment's at 1. But what I've been doing, especially because I am one that wants to take as many clients as I can in a day. I want to move as fast and as efficiently as I can. So what I do is I show up probably like 30 minutes early or whatnot, and I review my day already. So if I have classic, volume, classic, lash lift, volume, or something, like whatever my day is going to be, I like already kind of have it prepared with my lashes ready to go, especially if it's not new clients. I know what I do on them normally. I know what I'm going to have to, what lashes I use. So I typically will pull them out already from the
drawers.
just so I have them and I'm not digging through.
And you used to have index cards, right? With like each person's name and what you actually do on them so you don't forget.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's another thing too, to help things run on time and decrease stress for yourself and for them is, I already know, you know, Gina girl, she likes a mega in their size 16, you know, 16, 15, 14, 13.
Exactly.
You know, and it's just
Cat eye ready to go.
Organize that.
Or I know, like, I also take note if they're sensitive, they don't like this iPad, they prefer foam tape, all those kinds of things. That helps you be more efficient and faster. And if you get it set up prior, then you can just reach for it. Oh, she likes to have the foam tape. Perfect. I already have it on my tray, but at least I know that going into it. So I'm not unpacking a iPad, you know? And so a little tip too, if you don't want to do index cards, you can just put them put notes in their contact on the phone.
Yes, that's perfect.
I used to have people be like, I would have Kelly, Cece, Cat Eye, 9 through 13.
Mm-hmm.
And then I didn't have any specifications of like, sensitive or whatnot. However, and that was like her name in my phone. And then, but as like time went on, we changed her look, or we went to hybrid or something like that. So I would say doing it in your notes is probably better. I still have like
which is
Shannon,
cool because
CC classics, but now I do hybrid on her. But I know which one that is.
You know who she is, and the client will appreciate and feel comfortable and want to come back because you cared enough to remember.
Oh, yeah.
Her lengths, her curls, that she's, allergic, sensitive, and all of that. And plus, which is amazing, like if you're gone and you send me Cindy's, contact in the notes could say exactly what I need for her.
Exactly.
And that just shows her that you care, I care, everybody cares.
Yeah, and it's also, beneficial too. Like when I'm out of town or I can't get them in and I send them to you or Ashley or Kelly, it's nice to do that because then I know when they come back to me, I'm not going to have to do work to fix it and then I'm not going to get, oh my gosh, like they did it wrong or they didn't do what I liked or, so it's like, it's just good around for everybody. Like everybody's happy.
Right.
And I'm not guessing as the lash artist. I'm not guessing at, and your clients don't know what you use on them. Like they're like, C, D,
I know.
What? I don't know. I'd like them like you do
them. Like you do them.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Well, clean, instead of happy wife,
happy life.
Happy life, clean house, happy, what? I don't know. I'm trying to rhyme here again. We need to think of something.
Clean space or happy space. Happy. Well, let's see what.
I don't know. We'll think of something.
Yeah.
I should have that like on a mat. When you walk in.
I love mats.
I know, me too. I'm like hanging on tight to the one you gave me. The
eye.
It's like unraveling, but I'm waiting.
No, it's funny. Every time I'm at, is it World Market? Is that yeah, they still have it.
No.
It's been like 6 years.
Dang.
Yeah. And I'm like, should I replace that for him? Like maybe when I like really see it going down. But then I'm also one that's like, I like changing things. So I'm like, I would want a new mat with like different, I like the mat where it's like nice underwear.
Oh my God.
Or
oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Right?
Yes.
I love those little witty things.
Oh, that's hilarious. Did you get that from Sam?
No, I saw it online.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah.
That's so funny. So
Sam's not the only funny one. I'm very
Oh
funny.
my God, no. I know you're funny.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. She's so funny. I'm just kidding.
I can't stop my clients from laughing. It's like a comedy show in there.
It is, really. So we need to set goals. So let's fix this. How are we going to fix it?
Okay.
Part of what what we're talking about, set some goals. What are your goals? Okay, my goal is to not make mistakes. My goal is to have a clean, organized space. My goal is to make more money, gain more clients. Like, just write it out, just like you're manifesting something, like how we do.
Yeah.
What you want in life, put it there. If you're feeling all this stress and anxiety, okay, what can you do to fix it?
Yeah. If you are thinking, I wish I could take more clients, but really I can only handle 2 or 3, and then I get overwhelmed or I'm scared I'm going to go over or something like that. Just planning out your day, like always have, 15 minutes in between each client. Even
that
if,
helps so much. Yeah.
So it's like you have that little time to prep for the next one and feel like you can take a second to breathe. And and two, if any, it gives you that cushion too of like, let's say like your client comes in that day and is like, can we do mega volume? We usually do classics. Oh, wow. Like, you can prep them and say, okay, I wish you would have told me before, but I do have more time, and that's more money for
start
you.
with hybrid
let's
and
build
then
it up.
build it up.
But then you're prepared in your mind of, okay, I have time to do this.
Yes.
Because I remember one time somebody asked me, I was lashing, and she's been a client of mine for years. And while I was lashing her, she's like, can we go shorter? I was like, oh, yeah, sure. Like, we could do that, you know?
Yeah.
So I started, like, pulling out some, blah, blah, blah. And then she goes, and by the way, can we make this just a mini fill? Because I have to go pick up my kid. And I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
well,
Yeah.
I just took off some of your lat, and then some were long and some were short. It looked like a mess. And I'm just
yes.
like, I thought I had time because I didn't have a client for another, like, I had even like an hour break or something. So I'm like, oh, yeah, of course we can change up your look, you know? But she didn't realize the time restriction and stuff. So it's also communicating to your clients, which is key.
Definitely.
Because I think a lot of the time they don't know the preparation that goes into, you know, getting out the certain lashes for them. And then I also think just getting out lashes wise, we've been doing it, and I know a lot of lash artists do it, but organizing your lashes is really important.
Yes.
Like labeling, like getting one of those
we have
drawers.
trolleys.
Yeah, with like, and then just labeling them. Like, these are
C's,
classic C's, these
D's,
are
points.
volume D's,
Yes.
points. Because we do so many different looks and so many different styles, which is amazing. But if you're digging through your drawer,
Oh, forget it.
that takes up so much more time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know I work fast throughout the day and stuff, and I'll be honest, my little lash box, let's pull it out here. This isn't my lash box. It's ours. It's Shannique. But you know, sometimes you're like rushing or what, and you just kind of put them back in there and close it up, and then you're tired after the long day and you don't want to. But maybe take a time, like, where if you have a day off or something like that, or you
Yes.
have a weird block in your day, take that time to go back through and make sure you have it properly. Like, when I was rushing, and this is just a mistake that I made back in the day, it was like I had a D curl in with my C curl because I was doing like a cool look on someone where I was doing different curls through, like, to make it. Well, then I ended up with a box with, like, I was like, oh, that's really curly for a C.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And
then
your
I'm
client's
doing
like,
someone
why
and I'm like,
are my inner corners so curly?
Yeah. So
and
it's
the rest
like,
are straight. It's like,
so,
what?
and I understand, like, if it's a busy, long day, and
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you don't want to look
course.
through them. Like, as long as it's sanitary and everything at the end of the day, okay. But then you in your mind have to be like, okay, on Thursdays, I'm going to make sure, double check, reorganize my lash stash, and then go from there. But those are just little things that you can do.
Oh, for sure. I mean, and it's important, and I have to say it myself. I'm not that organized. I would like. We're human.
Yeah, and
humans
it's
make
something
mistakes.
I mean, honestly, it's something you
If
don't want to
have
do
the
after
time,
a long
you get
day.
tired.
Yeah.
You do get tired. But like you said, like, come on your day off. Start small.
Yeah, I have
Pick
like a
one
cleaning
section.
day. Like,
Yeah,
where
or
I
pick
just,
a cleaning day.
Yeah, like where
You
I do
know?
a deep clean. I go through everything. You won't imagine how many little lashes or like particles
so
get
many.
in the big box. Like, I'm like, oh, there's a just flung off of my.
I know. It
Lash
just comes
galore.
off everywhere.
Yep.
Out of your
So-
hair, blah, blah, blah.
Oh yeah, I walk home and like I remember I went on a date once, and he knew I was a lash artist and knew I was coming from work, but he like picked off. I had like a lash on my arm, and he was like, "Oh, what is that?" I was like, "Oh, that's a lash."
Was he excited to find a hair on you or something?
No, I don't know. He was weird in general.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's like, ooh, what's that?
Yeah, I don't like. He asked me out for an ice cream date, but he didn't want to eat the ice cream.
Oh
So
my
I was like, "Why are we here,
God.
man?" I know I love ice cream, but you know,
so
I didn't
weird.
suggest this.
So definitely sorting, organizing, or, make it a goal. Like once a year, I'm really going to change things up and get even more organized than last year. Just taking the time to do it will definitely
Yeah. I mean, I don't
de-stress
have
you.
it perfectly down right now. I don't have like,
But it's better.
yeah, but it
It's
improves
much
every
better.
time,
Yes.
especially like the more clients you get, the more you grow or expand, you're going to have to figure out new ways to stay organized. And, like you
because
had
what's the first
an
thing when
assistant at
someone
one point.
walks in? And that's really important when someone just walks into the salon, the spa, your office, whatever. First impression is everything.
Or look at it this way too. If you're working for someone and you're not organized, that's going to set you apart from other people that want that job or whatnot. Like, not calling anybody out or being mean. But let's say when I first started working for you as a lash artist and I would use the room and I wouldn't clean up afterwards or not put things back in the original place. Like that messed up you for the next day. Like, so
100%.
this is also being considerate for, and it sounds so silly. Yeah, it sounds so silly, but I know rent is a lot, especially for beginners and just starting out your career. So you might have to share a room. You might be sharing with multiple people, people coming in on different days and
That's
stuff.
right.
So being organized is very important in that way because you don't want to get your stuff mixed up with others. You don't want to cause tension between you and your roomie.
Yeah.
It's just.
That's so important. I totally forgot. I left that out. So
You're welcome.
But
The
it's
tea really just gets me.
I know.
Teeing.
So, but
Things are brewing.
there's nothing worse than me knowing I know what works for my clients, and they like me to use, like my allergy clients like me to use the little flexible, reusable pads.
Oh.
So if someone's borrowing mine and it goes down the drain, and they don't tell me, my person is going to be very unhappy.
Yeah.
And then I'll be unhappy because I bought those for her specifically for these, clients.
And then
if I can't use it,
It makes you look
it
unorganized,
makes me look organized.
or you have to spend time getting out new ones or figuring out where some others could be, or
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I remember when I first did my first lash lift, I even knew because I helped train back in the day, so I knew these rules. But again, I was nervous or rushing or blah, blah, and I ended up throwing out the rods, which are reusable, and you're supposed to clean them. And I was like, oh, I was just in my head just trying to sanitize and clean up, and I must have just taken it in a paper towel and threw it out. But
I do
then
that too.
Yeah, and I still done it today.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, where'd that one go? But again, it's just like slowing down, I think, and just knowing your protocol, or even if you're someone who needs, I remember, and this is like a silly thing, but just like a work office space kind of thing. Like we would have girls lock up after. Like if you're the last one there, you have to lock the door, but please make sure air is off or heat. Never really heat's on, but make sure it's off. Turn off the lights, all that kind of thing. And I remember as manager, I physically just started making little notes near the door just to like, did you do your checklist and stuff like that? So if that's something that you need for yourself to keep you organized.
That's a great idea. I mean, and that's it. It's like discipline. Mm-hmm. You got to like discipline yourself.
Yeah.
And, discipline will come from you watching somebody.
Yeah.
And that's why I always say, if you can, shadow someone or assist someone, I feel that is so important. Mm-hmm. It does. I see the people that we have trained in the past. I see the people who have been under others that shadow us or shadow, another studio. They're very organized. They're very happy. They know what works. They know what doesn't work. They know they're, the next person that they share a room with, they communicate. But
it's like learning from others so you can learn from either their mistakes or things that work for them.
Yeah.
And I think that's why also we like doing this podcast, because we've had between both of us so many different experiences, so many different people in the business that have come and gone or stayed or, you know, or, but we've seen it all. And so it's just great to just be like, hey, this is what works for some people.
Right.
But this might work for you. This might not work for you. And it's a silly thought too. When you were saying you could like shadow someone or, you know, assist, even if they're not like known as like the best lash artist in your city, just seeing them, you can learn from like, oh, I want to do it like that because I see how stressed she is at the end of the day because she's like having to
taking the good and the bad.
Yeah, exactly. So even if they're not like the best, just getting in the environment and seeing the day-to-day how things work, then you can kind of come up with your game plan. Like, oh, okay, I would do it like this, or I would take that, but then maybe tweak it and do this way so I could run things smoother.
And that's exactly how I learned about the industry, is just working for other people, right? And knowing, like, trying to figure out and, you know, roll with the new and take out the old. And, you know, I don't want to be like this person or handle things this way. It's amazing.
Exactly.
So if you can, that would be awesome. But also if you want to hire me like Gordon Ramsay in Hell's Kitchen, I'll come to you.
We go to the lash places.
I would love to do that. I would love to be the Gordon Ramsay of hair salons.
Wait, can I do it really quick?
Yes.
The meme, it's like one of my favorite memes. I even have it printed out. It was on a card, so someone illustrated it, and I had it hanging in my bedroom near where my vanity was, like getting ready for the day. And it's the am I allowed to get up? Cool.
Get up. I'm so excited. I don't know what's coming.
It's the It's the meme where they go, "What are you?" And you're like, "An idiot sandwich." Do you know that meme?
An idiot sandwich, yes. Oh my God.
If we were the
Gordon Ramsay's.
That's what we'd be if we were the
salons.
Gordon Ramsay of lashes.
Yeah, I know,
we would
right?
just go up to people with lash trays and just be like, "You're an idiot sandwich." I'm just kidding. We wouldn't be that mean.
No, we wouldn't be that
I could never be that mean. And whenever I watch shows like that, I'm like, oh my God.
I know.
Mean. It made me cry. I'm not even there.
But even actually, you know, I'm kind of joking about the Gordon Ramsay thing, but if you watch his show, what does he do? He's organizing people. He's, you know, step 1, step 2, step 3, and they're all working together and they're all helping each other. And I'm serious. If you want me to go to your salon and help you out, like, I will. Dixie and I will come and we'll take notes and watch and, you know.
Yeah. It'll be fun, honestly.
I know.
And it always takes like another set of eyes too to kind of look at it from the outside. Like if you feel like that's what's so great about our spa and like, our girls in the spa. Like I feel comfortable when things aren't working out or
definitely.
I know the girls with like schedule, like they always are like, how do you take so many people?
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I just black it out. But I'll tell them like, oh, well, honestly, like a lot of my hybrids are really liking the YYs and stuff like that. And so I'm telling them about different techniques of how I do that. Or I'm like, well, I just kept practicing lashing and like isolating lash. So I'm really fast about it. And then our Shannique glue, the stuck on you, dries so fast. So I'm able to work so fast. And that's how I can get through clients.
Yeah.
You know, and it just became like a second nature.
Second nature, yeah.
So, but that's what's so great. It's like, or when I was having a hard time with lash lifts, like I just could not get mine to be like, I thought I was doing everything right. I'd watched so many videos and I was just like, what the heck? Like mine aren't like wowing me, you know? Like when I get my lash lifts done with Kelly, like I'm always like, holy. So, you know, I can go up to her. I'm like, okay, can you watch me? Can you see what I'm doing? Am I doing something crazy? I even came to you. I was like, everybody watch me.
Yeah.
Like, let me know what you see. Cause I think I'm doing all the steps correctly. But, and then you, I think when you watched me, what was it? It was
the plucking.
No. Like with the lash lift. I'm trying to remember what you what my problem was.
I can't remember.
We fixed it so long ago.
I know. She
It was
doesn't make
something-
any mistakes anymore.
Yeah, no, perfect. No, it was either the amount of stuff I was applying.
Oh, maybe it
right?
wasn't
The product.
saturated
Yeah, it
enough,
wasn't-
especially if their eyelashes are thick. You got to saturate that.
Yeah, but she just watched me do it, and then I was like, oh, okay, like that's why what was going on. But yeah, it does take a second because I thought I was doing everything right.
Yeah.
I went back to my videos of learning lash lifts and my note. Like I was like, oh no, I'm doing the lash lift. Like I'm doing it.
And I think that
My product didn't
gosh.
expire. I tried new products. I tried
Yeah.
new rods. And then eventually I was like, all right, somebody's got to just watch me do it. And that's what it takes sometimes, just to.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean you're stupid or you're not able to do things, you know?
No.
Just like when you're in school, there's no stupid question. Just ask. If you don't ask, you'll never become better. And that's how you grow,
Exactly.
you know? And, you know, just like, you know, Gordon Ramsay with all these people, and in the end, you see them so successful. So cleanliness, being organized and not stressed, taking your time will turn into success.
So
Bam.
think of us and Gordon Ramsay when
Yes.
you're trying to get organized.
Yeah.
And if you have any questions, if you're having any problems, like leave comments on our videos and we would love to
Yeah. Love to help
you. Like let's all communicate, and or if you have any tips that work for you, share them. We would
Yeah.
love to hear. Like that's what we're trying to create, is a community and help
And
one
to
another
help.
out.
Yeah. So we, you know, talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, because it's not easy, guys. It's not easy. It's
No.
like I remember one time someone said to me like, "Oh, getting your cosmetology degree is like it's nothing. It's so easy. Did you do it because it's the easy route?" And I was like, "No, like I had to take math classes, learn anatomy, and I did it through a school, a college, so that I could have my
And
AA2."
you're running your own business and
Like, no,
No.
it's not easy.
No.
And I don't recommend it for everyone. I just don't.
well, yeah, no, it's like any career. Like
Yeah.
everything is for someone, and their set of skills is what works for that.
Yeah.
I had a thought and then it just poofed.
Oh,
Yeah.
was it something about Gordon Ramsay?
No,
Gordon, thank you.
Gordon.
We love you. Idiot sandwich.
I'm gonna have to pull up that picture that I have.
Oh,
like,
yes.
It's very motivating.
Yeah, very motivating.
And then next to it is an illustration of Mrs. Doubtfire, and it says "Fake it till you make it."
I love those two.
Words to live by. Idiot
Yes.
sandwich and fake it till you make it.
Just remember that, kids. All right. So you can find us on Apple, Spotify, YouTube,
Instagram at Not Just Lashes
Yeah.
podcast. And that's what you would also search for, Not Just Lashes,
Mm-hmm.
for Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. Follow, subscribe. Please comment and let us know. Like, we want to communicate more and talk. We love talking.
talk, talk, talk.
All right, bye.